Our world is a strange and mysterious place. Oftentimes, new discoveries are made that help to demonstrate the truly anomalous properties of our universe and the vast world of the unknown. Here at Unexplained Mysteries, we have gathered information regarding the most anomalous locations on Earth that have baffled researchers since their discovery. Here are 6 mysterious places on Earth that seem to defy the laws of physics. The Petrifying Lake Natron. Lake Natron, located in the Arusha region of northern Tanzania, is a natural wonder of the world that seems better suited as being the background landscape for a horror movie than real life. Due to the lake's low depth and incredibly rich mineral deposits, strange cyanobacteria fills the lake, creating a peculiar red hue during its photosynthetic processes that makes the thick waters of the lake similar in look and texture to that of coagulated blood. Interestingly enough, because of these rich mineral deposits and strange red bacteria, it has been found that any animals that enter the region are almost immediately petrified and turned to stone, seemingly untouched by time. Skeletons of a variety of birds can be seen floating across the shallow tops of the lake, and larger animals including wildebeests and larger falcons have been turned to statues in the areas nearby via this petrification process. These findings create an unbelievably surreal environment that swallows the area in what can only be described as a nightmarish design. The cause for this petrification process is still widely unknown, and research into the region has been halted due to the preservation efforts to the local environment. This could mean that not only is the lake mysterious in its appearance and abilities, but that the mechanics for such an odd discovery may be completely unknowable and possibly fringing on the supernatural aspects of animals being frozen in time. Similar to the Greek mythologies of Medusa, the landscape is littered with these petrified remains. Death Valley and the Sailing Rocks. Also known as the sliding rocks, walking rocks, rolling stones, and moving rocks, the Death Valley sailing stones are a strange phenomenon recorded nowhere else on Earth. It appears at different times of the day. The rocks will begin to move and inscribe long tracks along the smooth valley floor without any human or animal intervention. There are many different hypotheses of explanations that may be causing the movement of the stones. However, the trail of lines help to provide an insight. At times, these lines can move straight for long distances, turn around, or turn at 90-degree angles. Many researchers believe that the movement of the rocks could be caused by a balance of very specific conditions that naturally form that allow the rocks to slowly glide by using the frozen sheets of ice beneath them and the perfect wind conditions the valley creates against the stones. Oddly enough, no definitive proof for the movement of the stones exists, as there are no recordings or direct monitorings of the rocks as they are moving. This has led some to believe that perhaps there is another mechanism at play for the movement of these stones, contributing to the idea of ley lines and strange electromagnetic properties seen at specific points around the world. This theory might actually prove to be legitimate, as researchers found that volcanic rock can display electromagnetic properties as seen in other areas around the world, and research into the event has proven that the rocks were not moved via any mechanisms of buoyancy regarding 2014 data and research into the matter. South Korea, the Jeju Island. Seen by many as a strange gravity well, the South Korean Jeju Island has strange slopes and mountains that actually pull you upward instead of down. Many tourists visiting the location can test out the strange phenomenon for themselves, as parking your car on the slopes and then setting the vehicle in neutral will show it beginning to slowly roll uphill. Many people had assumed that perhaps the area was cursed or that a strange anomalous property of gravity was involved. But the truth turned out to be much stranger. When researchers laid out leveling equipment and began to reorient themselves as to what could have been causing this phenomenon, They realised that the strange occurrence was more than just an optical illusion. As it turns out, the entire island appears to be a tilted landmass that for some unknown reason happened to be formed at the perfect angle to cause such a change in perspective. The cause for why the island is tilted in such a strange way is completely unknown, as other landmasses in the region do not appear to have this strange effect. Recently, efforts in teleseismic tomography have been used to understand the areas deep within the island to better understand the volcanic structures in the region, but have yielded strange and anomalous results. It appears that the findings led experts to believe that the volcanic systems beneath might still be active, and that the region of rock beneath the island appears to be undergoing a strange melting that cannot quite yet be explained. This could potentially be the cause for the island's strange tilted placement, and perhaps could mean that the region is slowly sinking back into the ocean. The Spotted Lake Keeluk. Located in British Columbia northwest of Osoyoos in the Keeluk Lake, commonly known as the Spotted Lake of Canada. During the summer, the majority of the water in the lake will quickly evaporate, leaving behind pools of mineral-rich deposits of various colours and spots all across the dry lake bed that supposedly hold different properties in each deposit. These pools of water are so mineral-rich that many used to report strange healing properties caused by these pools and various supernatural recoveries by those who had visited the region many years ago. Since this discovery, however, the Keeluk Lake has been completely closed off to outsiders after the land was purchased by the local native tribes due to being a cultural and sacred site for the native tribes in the region, which has caused any further research into the strange waters from completely barred from occurring due to a large fence built around the location of the lake to prevent any trespassers into the region. Oddly enough, the lake was once used by the Canadian government for its rich minerals to help in the production and manufacturing of ammunition during World War I, outside of the uses of healing elixirs. Though tourists are not welcome, many still flock to the site every year and take pictures from drones and cameras all around. Electromagnetic properties of Stonehenge. The strange megalithic creations, known to be possibly one of the oldest megalithic monuments in existence, known as Stonehenge, has often been the centre of ancient alien conspiracy theories and evidence of advanced ancient civilizations. New research, however, has brought to light a variety of anomalous properties that the rocks contain that seem to defy technology of even that of the modern age. It appears that the rocks have the strange ability of creating small electromagnetic fields that, when a person is carrying free-moving rods in their palms, can cause the rods to point to the massive monument when away and to point away from the monument when at the centre. The cause for these large stones to demonstrate such a unique property has baffled researchers that have been racing to attempt to explain this strange phenomenon but fail to find a reasonable explanation. This has caused many to believe that the Stonehenge monument could be a marking place for an intersecting line of energy naturally produced by the planet referred to as ley lines. These ley lines could be seen as points of focus for spiritual energy or electromagnetic phenomena. Regardless of the cause, however, the strange phenomenon can still be seen and observed to this day, and no one appears to be any closer to providing a solid theory or explanation. Kola SuperDeep Borehole. Many people may be aware of the tensions of the Cold War and the economic might demonstrated by the United States made during the space race. Of course, the main goal of the race was to be the first country to send a man to the moon, and though the United States overwhelmingly succeeded in that goal, there was more to this scientific challenge than just the space race. In fact, while we were racing to the moon, both countries were simultaneously racing to the core of the Earth. Seen on par with the innovations of the space race was the establishment of the challenge of which country could dig down and make the most breakthroughs in the surface of the Earth and what could be uncovered digging down into the Earth itself. Unfortunately, the United States overwhelmingly did not come close to the Soviet Union's attempts that made massive strides in understanding the composition of the Earth, minerals and strange phenomena that occur when one digs down deeper than ever before. The depth of the hole went down further than 40,000 feet before being shut down due to odd occurrences and superstitions. Originally, it was theorized that at the depth the borehole was at, there would be an expected temperature of 100 Celsius, but instead, the depth saw more than double that estimate, with the heat being over 180 degrees in Celsius, and dramatically climbing with each effort made to go deeper down. Not only this, but the drillers reported that as they were deeper within the hole, they could hear what sounded like screams or people whispering in their ears. Many researchers dismissed these claims, believing that the strange noises could be nothing more than vibrations caused by the tunnel's depth. Yet this did not prevent rumours and superstitions from arising amongst the workers who were fearful that they were digging down into hell itself. Shortly after these events, the hole was covered up and the project was discontinued under the unfavourable work conditions and rising superstitious rumours. But what do you all think of these odd and mysterious places that seemingly defy the very laws of physics? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.